Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tanny, and today I thought I would bring you along on a trail skate. This is actually my favorite way to get back into shape. I think that trail skating is an excellent way to get comfortable on skates. It gives you a great foundation to use later on for other moves, because once you're comfortable trail skating, going up and down hills and have control, you utilize that skill set a lot when you're trying to learn new things. First and foremost, I would say always check your skates, check the toe stops and make sure that they're tightened, and check your wheels and make sure none of them are loose. This T-tool is amazing. I like it a lot. It works really good for tightening anything that I need to tighten. This is the tool that you would want for your toe stop. After you make sure that your skates are good to go, I would suggest wearing protective gear. I wore mine today. This is my son's helmet, but it fits. And then I'm wearing my new Smith Scabs pink set. I love it, it's adorable. I see a lot of people ask about how to avoid tripping over gravel and sticks and things in the pathway, as well as going over those little indentions on like sidewalks, which I'm going to show you some right now. These can be very tricky to go over. So bending your knees and having a somewhat wide stance helps. But I found that the best trick that works for me is putting my main weight in my middle foot to the back of my foot and not putting any weight towards the toes. When you keep the weight off of the toes, you keep the weight off of your front wheels. If you have your weight towards your toe, you're a lot more likely to get stuck on a groove like that. And then that can cause you to fly forward or fall. But if you keep the weight in the back and you watch the ground, you can kind of determine when you need to lift your weight up a little bit more, and you just glide right over that. I even find that within my skate, I lift my toes up a little bit as well. And I think that that's just a habit from skating outdoors for so long that I've found it's just something I naturally do that allows me to go over cracks. The next pointer I have is speed. Of course, you don't want to go at a speed that you're not comfortable with, but if you go too slow, you will get snagged up on stuff. If you have some speed and momentum going, you're a lot more likely to go over those cracks, and your skates a lot of times will just push debris and stuff kind of out of the way. I just remembered, you want to make sure your skates have good wheels. Outdoor wheels make all the difference in the world. Big, gummy, a little bit sticky, it makes a huge difference. If you have little small wheels, they're going to just catch on stuff much worse. In these skates on my Moonlights, I have the Moxi gummy outdoor wheels, and they work so good. I also really enjoy the Moonlight rollers, the moon boots, for outdoor skating. They have great ankle support for me, and they're comfortable because there's quite a bit of cushion. Another thing with trail skating that I've found helps a lot is when you are skating, you're pushing out at a diagonal both ways and your feet alternate. I push out at a slant back, and then once I bring the next foot up, I push off with the other foot slanted back. My next tip and thing that I see people ask about a lot is how to go down a hill. Now, I'm not gonna bomb down a big hill or anything, but sometimes when you're on a path skate, you will run into like a gradual decline, and there is somewhat of a hill here back behind me, and this one you can definitely get quite a bit of speed going. So I'm just gonna show you what works for me going down hills. You don't have to like constantly use your toe stops, and you don't have to constantly try to be stopping. Just basically zigzagging. Sometimes this doesn't work. If the path going down the hill is a little bit too narrow, it's very hard to do a zigzag. You'd have to have enough space in this instance, but this one, and even smaller than this, you can do the zigzag. The steeper the hill, the sharper you will want to turn. So sometimes you are just almost going at a straight line, and if you really need to slow yourself down, when you come back around on the zigzag, you can actually veer yourself uphill. I hope this video has helped you in some way. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I know I probably didn't think of everything, but I just thought I'd share a couple tips. I picked a very interesting spot to film. I'm right next to the freeway, and semis and like emergency vehicles keep going by. It's just, this is such a great place to show path skating because of all the grooves in this sidewalk and the hill that I had here. There is also more of like a gravelly trail. So I'm gonna go down this hill. I'm just kind of swerving back and forth. You can just kind of carve yourself down. I don't mind a little bit of speed. And again, because there's grooves in the sidewalk, I'm putting most of my weight in the back of my feet, and I can feel my toes are lifted up inside my boot. And that just allows my front wheels not to snag on anything. Here's some more of the path. You can see here it's kind of bumpy, and there's like grass and twigs and bits in the way a little bit. I seem to go over it just fine. Somebody that I love to follow here on YouTube is QuadyBoomBody. She is using roller skating to meet her fitness goals, and she's very inspiring, well-spoken, and super sweet. So if you want to check out her channel, I will go ahead and link her information down below. But I've been really enjoying the content that she's been putting up, and it's just so inspiring to follow along on other people's journeys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.